We got a big show. We're going to talk about the Xbox Bethesda showcase. Court, let's get right into it, shall we?
Click like, subscribe, hit that like button.
Don't do that.
Please. Yeah, no, do that.
Don't do that. You
Come
want them
on.
to do that? Okay.
I kind of do. We had this big day yesterday, and it was all thanks to everybody that's watching that got us there. So I just want to appreciate them.
Appreciate them too. Well, let's do this. All right, Court, do you want to talk about, let's talk some Xbox and Bethesda.
Let's do it. It was a thing.
So let's go through. Really, do you want to go through the list? Do you want to talk about highlights?
Just run it down.
All right, let's run it down.
We'll say if I want to talk about it, we'll talk about
pause
it.
We'll pause there. Okay, I'm gonna run through games and then we'll just hit it beat by beat and then get overall thoughts in there. By the way, also everybody, do us a favor in the comments. Tell us what stood out for you for the Xbox Bethesda showcase. We need to know. And like Court said, hit that like button. It really helps us out. This is coming from lordsofgaming.net.
Friends of the show.
Super people. Xbox Game Studios had a lot. First on their list that they're highlighting here is Forza Motorsport. You gave me the nudge in the chair yesterday, and you're just like, hey, cars, hey. Now, and I'm not like, oh, I love car games, but I love Forza Horizon, and I had been waiting to see when and what Forza Motorsport was going to look like, and they took some shots at Gran Turismo. In a not so subtle way. Your thoughts?
That was one of the. I'm still waiting for Sony to announce 11/11 for God of War, so they can have their fun. But yes, they did make a comment about ray tracing while driving the car.
A lot.
But I get it. Like, it becomes this hot topic. It was already over social media, and they were already losing it. So I don't want to delve into it. No. It was funny. Forza Horizon is a game for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if Motorsports is a game for me. I'm gonna play it.
It's on Game
Friend
Pass.
of the show, Brock, he made a joke that when the car was spinning, it reminded him of Cars 3, I think it is. So I was laughing at that. It looked amazing, and for racing people, they've added more features, and they're saying it's more in depth, and it just looks unbelievable.
It was all one shot, and like it's actually playing on the B-roll right now. They're taking that wide shot with like the little bit of the river, and then they get right into it, and they're like, this is all like one continuous motion. They talk about all the weather dynamics are there, but also the lighting, the change of day. Basically, it just going to adapt, and the adaptive daylight to nighttime, and then they showed off fireworks and the shadow. So it's just pushing more of that, of just like, here is full HDR down to the point of like, if you're going to go in and customize your engine, here we have put in lighting effects and everything for the engine block, for every little piece of material, for carbon fiber, metal.
It's always going to come down to gameplay. We can have the prettiest game ever, but if the game doesn't play right, it doesn't matter. So a lot of the times when we're talking about these things, it's, you know what? Got to play the game first. 100%. And you know what? It's day and date on Game Pass next year, 2023.
Spring 2023.
Everything they announced at the showcase is coming out in the next 12 months. That's why we didn't get any, Indiana Jones and all that stuff. And I love the fact they didn't do that.
Me too.
We're like, here's what's coming, here's the list, and here's what's hitting Game Pass. Bam, 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 bam.
It gives your existing audience stuff to clamor towards for July, starting like July, of like, here's what's coming now. And every month, like Phil Spencer said, every month, you got something coming out, and it doesn't leave you feeling deflated, I think, by saying, here's everything we're working on, but it's 3 years away. And they've done that in the past, and so has Sony. And you're left going, cool, but where are my games? And then it's the argument of there's no games because you're not playing now. But we have a lot. The next one up is just Flight Simulator expansion. They're doing a Halo crossover. We had zero Halo news for Halo Infinite, which myself, a couple other people found surprising a little bit, that they wouldn't mention anything Halo.
Didn't find surprising at all.
Okay. Is it just because you feel like, okay, we got season 2 and they're just not ready to reveal anything? Or
I feel like the game should have been delayed, and it's
going to get a relaunch in next year.
I think they need to have a roadmap that's consistent, and I feel like they
go dark for about
every
6
time
months.
They announce something, it's fallen
pissed
flat.
off people. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's pissed off people. A lot of people love this game, and there's people that are playing it and love it. I just think that they need to do it right. So don't announce anything right now.
But the Halo crossover, you're getting a little ship.
Yeah, people loved it.
Yeah.
People seem to think it was like the greatest thing. Flight Simulator to me, I had this conversation with Sean sitting beside me. I literally said to her, I was like, I like arcadey Flight Simulator. When I played it, I thought it looked beautiful, but I can't sit there for 3 hours.
Fly across the world. Yeah, I know.
I can't.
I know. It'll be fun. It will get people to jump in and like
It
re-download
cool.
it, play Halo.
And the helicopters, all that great stuff. It looks amazing. For the people that love Flight Simulator, this looks like an amazing update, and all the power to them.
Grounded 1.0, after over 2 years of early access, Grounded will launch officially this September. I have not played Grounded because it was always early access beta. It was never the final version. I am excited for this. I love what they showed off. I thought it was going to be Grounded 2 because I'm like, it's been so long. Like, I recognized it immediately. I'm like, oh, is this expansion? Like, no, it's the full game. It's coming to Game
they made
Pass.
fun of themselves in the trailer, which I kind of liked.
I'm going
to play this. I've been told that it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to play.
Forza Horizon Hot Wheels expansion. Man, our timing's good because it's in the sizzle reel right now. I'm in. Coming July 19th, so we're just about a month away for this expansion to drop. I was kind of expecting this to come out this year anyways, but July 19th, PC, cloud, console, give it to me. More Hot Wheels.
It looked amazing. Everything about it. I actually even showed my daughter, and my daughter thought it looked amazing because she really likes Forza.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, we're going to be able to do loop-de-loops. It looks just like a lot of fun and looks beautiful.
You can do a lot with the Hot Wheels, even in 3. They did 4 when they did a Hot Wheels expansion. It was awesome. It was really, really fun. Minecraft Legends, an action strategy game. It's coming 2023 under the Minecraft brand. It's going to be its own thing. It looked much more like Control all of your characters, like a little army.
So I got mentioned it was like Dragon Quest Builders.
Yeah.
It looked a lot like that. It looked fun. At first, I almost was like, what is this, Minecraft Zelda?
Mm-hmm.
But I played Minecraft Dungeons, and I had a lot of fun with this. So this was one of the games where I was like, I can't wait to play this when it comes out. 2023.
I think it's a great expansion with Minecraft. I think it's a great move that they are going to expand beyond just here's more like Minecraft Dungeons, and they're just expanding the brand. Brings in a new audience too that are saying, I don't really want to build, but I want to go through like more of a dungeon crawl. Pentiment, a brand new announced narrative adventure game from the directors of Fallout New Vegas. This game will launch this November on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember this one.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll be on Game Pass. It'll be something I'll play. It's more of a, hey, I'm going to try it. It was the one with a lot of the text on the screen. And they were talking, and yeah.
Oh, yeah. You and I both looked at each other and went, there it is. There it is.
Went up to go pee. And it's no offense to the game. It's just I haven't played it. And I did make a comment at the time, and I preface this in saying someone's trying something different.
Yeah. And we're getting a lot of different games, which is cool. Elder Scrolls Online High Isle update, launching June 21st. It's the expansion will now bring console players to the Citrus Archipelago and confront the Ascendant Order. Fallout 76.
Archipelago.
Thank you. Fallout 76, the Expedition, The Pit, is in September. And it's just going to be more of an expansion. The big one that they kicked off with that I think got everyone really into, finally really understand the game and getting us to ready for it and reasons to kind of pick up or download the game, Redfall. The gameplay presentation was full of co-op, understanding the mechanics, what you can do in it, how you can play it solo and co-op for this game. I am finally excited for Redfall. It's looking like a lot of fun, and I was worried that it was going, I mean, we'll see when it comes out. I was worried it was going to be one of those just weekend hype games. You know what I mean? Like Outriders, where it comes out, or what was the other one that was the shooter? It was the co-op shooter that lasted like a day on Game Pass. Back 4 Blood, where some people played it a little longer, but Back 4 Blood was like, hey, new free Game Pass game, and then everyone just poof, gone. This looks really, really fun. I'm into it. You? Redfall. Your thoughts?
One of my favorite things I saw at the show. I'm a big into like The Division and getting into these shooters that you can invest more time in.
Yeah.
And everything I saw on it, I was like, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like the early screenshots we saw of this game. Maybe they were released just to make people think the game was broken or something. Because I don't know. Like, it looks like the time they're taking to not put it out this year, like they thought they were going to, is time well spent. It's going to be one of those games where I want to get into it. I want to play it. I want to have more experiences in it. I know it's coming to Game Pass. I know that, on day one, we're going to have a lot of people to play with. And if it clicks for me, that's going to be awesome. I really like the shooting mechanics. I liked the different characters that you could use.
Yep.
And it looked like something that I actually wanted to dive into and have some fun with. I actually was pleasantly surprised.
I think it gives a ton of replayability too by saying, okay, I play the main mission or main game. I mainlined it with one character, or I can just use like my shotgun. I'm going to use the other character's different ability. So I think there's replay there.
And they were like mentioning how in the campaign co-op, people can just jump in and out at all times for you. So
I don't think it's a sleeper hit. I think it's a big game for Xbox. It's a big game for Game Pass. So I am glad. That one, Redfall, is coming out. When was that?
2023.
Yeah, okay. The big boy that we're going to save for the end, we'll wait on that for just a bit. Overwatch 2. The game has moved to free-to-play model, and it will launch early access October 4th.
How convenient, eh? They weren't allowed to put it on Game Pass. Well, can't really announce it yet because they bought the company. Now all of a sudden it's just free-to-play? Weird. Now they can just put it on Game Pass. Interesting.
Another one that, for me, I was like, I'm in. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to play a ton of this. Diablo 4. We got a first look at the new Necromancer
Another
class.
Blizzard game announced at this conference. Interesting.
It's a fascinating turn of events. What can I say? There's no mention of Xbox Game Pass when it launches. However, we assume all the Activision Blizzard titles will join the platform.
It was on their big picture.
Yeah, it's going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah.
They'll just do a big Blizzard They'll save a Blizzard announcement and go, hey.
We've said this to people all over the place, and I know I talked to a lot of people about this yesterday. A fiscal year starts in September. So that means anytime after September, this deal can be closed, and this game does not come out till 2023. So they got lots of time to make this game on Game Pass. But Xbox did do a minor statement that I don't know if everybody caught it right before the show, making a comment. And this is why I thought for sure we're getting all the Activision Blizzard games in the showcase. They made a big comment again about, hey, games like Diablo 4 and these games that we said that have been on other consoles, not new games, because Starfield counts as a new game.
Correct.
The games that have been on other consoles, they're going to stay on other consoles. Like Diablo 4 will be on PlayStation. Overwatch is now free to play, but we know it's on everything. Do you see? Like these games that have been on other consoles, they're going to stay on other consoles.
But Phil Spencer said that way back when with the Bethesda acquisition.
They just reiterated it right before the show. How convenient!
If we've got deals and contracts and we're playing fair across other platforms, specifically PlayStation, we keep that going until they don't want to anymore. High on Life, sci-fi FPS from Squanch Games. It brings humor to the event from the creators of Rick and Morty. Oh, this one was fun.
This is okay when he's stabbing him and he's like, I'm stabbing you. Like, this game was actually one of my highlights because it's a Game Pass game. So it is coming
October. No, sorry, that was Scorn.
Scorn.
It says later this year, so it's going to be
later this year. So I'm going to guess it's a fall game. I was actually very excited about this game. It looked like one of those games you can go in and you can finish the story in a weekend and just mess around and have some fun. I'm hoping this game is a hit because it just looks like fun. I'm a big fan of fun.
Scorn. After years of crowdfunding, Scorn releases on Xbox October 21st, 2022. And it also shows some FPS gameplay for it. Gunfire Reborn.
Can we get back to the very beginning of that trailer and the kind of looked like something. It was awkward.
Scorn?
Yeah, do you not remember the very beginning of the Scorn trailer?
Look.
He was holding something down low and then he pulls it out. It's a meme on the internet already.
Yeah.
It looks like a horror game. It looks scary as heck.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need
it looks like a Nine Inch Nails video.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you for that. I do remember.
It's coming to Game Pass.
Sitting with me, we're both like, ew.
Yeah. So I'm hoping this game is a hit for Xbox. Xbox is going to need it. I know the theme of this was, Game Pass. If you look at what Xbox has done, they say in the next 12 months, one game is dropping on Game Pass that they announce every single month.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Gunfire Reborn, roguelike action RPG with 2 to 4 players. Gunfire Reborn is coming to Xbox Game Pass with its randomly generated levels soon. Hollow Knight, Silk Song. This is highly anticipated.
This was a biggie.
Yeah, this was huge. It's sometime in 2023, it says. But they showed a lot of gameplay of Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and I am in. It looked fantastic. Another one that I've heard zero of, but I'm interested to get in there and play. The Case of Benedict Fox. It's sometime in 2023, but this was
It looked
another
cool.
narrative heavy indie game, side scrolling. I love the look of this thing. Little murder mystery, be kind of cool.
It looked very cool, and it's
It looks
once
scary.
again, it's an indie title where it's, hey, let me get in and play it, and let me see.
As Dusk Falls, launching July 19th on Xbox Game Pass, ADF is a narrative-driven adventure game. As Dusk Falls, was that the one with
That
the
was
family?
the drawing one. Yes, the family, the guy that looked like Phil Kessel.
The Phil Kessel family?
It once again,
This looked great because when they showed us the
yeah,
narrative at the very end there, the trailer, I love that. I was like, oh, I'm
they
in.
showed all the different paths, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my! I turned to Ryan Turford. I was like, oof, this is a lot to do.
Oh, that's not a lot to do. There's another game with a spaceship. There's a lot to do in there. Get over yourself. Cocoon, a brand new title from the developers from Inside and Limbo. Not for me.
This game,
This looks
not,
great. Not for me.
it looked very. What did I
Yeah.
say to you? It looked like it would beat the living daylights out of me. It looks like a Metrovania.
Yeah, I can't. I was like, nope. I'm happy for everyone that is going to play it because coming from Inside and Limbo, I played Limbo. Yeah, great. Yeah, I'd fail. Ara, The History Untold, new game announced from Oxide Games. Ara will be a turn-based strategy game from the creators of Civilization. The PC is the only confirmed platform, but it'll come to...
I'm excited about this game. Huge Civilization fan. When they announced Humankind the other day, it's like I get two awesome games that I can play on PC Game Pass.
Erebon, Shadow Legacy. There's so many
small
games.
indie title coming out, and then we've got Raven Lock, an action adventure game coming to Game Pass. That looked kind of fun. That was the one that looked kind of like the game coming to PlayStation. My brain doesn't work. It was the young lady. She had the axe. It was really cool. And then we had.
Oh, was that the one that was like third person?
Yeah, third person. It looked pretty cool.
Okay.
And she was jumping from a top and doing some stealth stuff and such.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then you got Lightyear Frontier coming to Game Pass spring 2023. Oh no, Flintlock, The Siege of the Dawn. That was the early next year. Look forward to this RPG next year from the creators of Ashen.
Oh yeah, that one looked cool. That's the one I was thinking of. Flintlock looked really cool.
And then there was that kind of announcement that 2 announcements in a row that shook the room. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal are coming to Xbox consoles October 21st and Game Pass. It's huge. This is one of the games that everybody has had. Like Ryan Turford beside me got up and he screamed louder than I've ever heard someone scream. He lost his mind about this. It was funny. I was doing socials for Carpool right before, and I looked down at my phone, and I like hit the internet, I guess like 2 seconds before it like hopped up, and I saw Atlas trending, and I'm like, oh my God, Phil Spencer was on screen. Atlas is trending. I'm like, because we were 5 minutes ahead of everybody who was watching, because I could tell from people's reactions. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, they're actually going to do this announcement. Now, we have heard this morning, Atlas made a statement and said that these games are coming to the PlayStation consoles because Persona 4 Golden was originally only on the Vita.
Yeah.
So this game is now going to be coming to the PS5. And then we got Kojima on the screen.
People lost it. Good thing it was translated because I'm reading what he was saying. But yeah, it's a unknown game. No trailer, no nothing. Just Kojima saying hello. I'm working on something.
Technology.
Cloud gaming technology. Happy to work with Xbox. Boom. That was huge.
And then we got from the creators of Dynasty Warriors and Neo, Wu Long Fallen Dynasty. We also got Nakara Blade Point. I want to preface on how good Xbox did towards the Japanese market in this showcase. They needed to. They do have very good sales finally on the Xbox Series S. They've always lacked, but they've also lacked in content for the marketplace.
They have. They've never had the big titles that people really are clamoring for. I mean, I know they're not getting their hands on Final Fantasy anytime soon, but outside of that, they needed this. They needed to be able to push more into that market, and especially with the way the Japanese market works, from what I have seen, is that it's much more handheld portable. They love handhelds, right? Much more than traditional console play. And so having it on your phone, playing anywhere, and you're getting other games like Naraka Blade Point and more. Great move.
Look at the Kojima game. It's a cloud game, so that means you're going to be able to play on your phone.
The next big one that I thought was really, really cool, and I definitely want to jump in myself, is You're Getting Riot is coming to Xbox Game Pass. It's for PC and mobile, and the 5 Riot published games will be coming to Game Pass. League of Legends, League of Legends Wild Rift, Legends of Runeterra, I'm tired too, Team Flight Tactics, and Valorant. No update on a console Game Pass release of the 5 titles. But
these are some of the biggest games in the world, and this was the one no one saw coming. And once again, Xbox is deciding, hey, PC matters as well. So Xbox Game Pass is not just, hey, it's this thing for console gamers. It's also for PC gamers. So you're going to have that crossover. And then when those PC players that are only on PC want to play those console games that aren't on the PC version or played in cloud, they might go out and get themselves an Xbox. This is, I want to talk about it more at the end, but the amount of, there was something for everyone in this showcase. I'm not a big PC player, but someone like my brother, like, this is huge for him. He's got Game Pass. He's now got the PC stuff, and then they had the stuff for the Jet. It was a very smart, and it was very, here's what's happening in the future, and here's something for everyone. It's not going to be the toast of the town for someone that only plays on console. They're probably going to come out and go, this was a B or a C conference. But if you look at the grand schemes of what they threw out there, it's a wow. It's a, oh my God. Like, look, they literally were like, hey, we want this market, this market, this market, this market. Yep. And they're going for it.
And they did a ton of co-op games. They did a ton of games that speak to just, a variety of players. The last 2 on here, and then the last big boy we'll talk about, Plague Tale Requiem, the horror adventure game. It'll be launching on Game Pass 2023. And then Arc 2. Which I just giggled when I was sitting there because it was Vin Diesel, dinosaur. It's already announced it's coming in 2021. It'll launch on Game Pass. There was the final game. They took up the most time. They gave it its whole deep dive look of what in the hell this game is, and we finally know. We know a lot. Starfield. Court. 5,000 hours long.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of tower, it was fun. When I was watching, I was like, this is great. And then the very last thing they show, and they're like, and there's 100 solar systems and this many. I'm like, everyone. And then they go back, and I'm just like, oh my God. I did think it was very cool that they were on one of those planets they were on was Mars because the rover was on it.
Oh.
So that means I guess we get to go to our solar system. I did see a lot of IGN even did the comparisons of No Man's Sky. Yeah, video games are almost all like
everything though. I saw Halo in that game too because of the way the jumping and the rifle, and he's like, there's so many different games mashed into this. I saw online, they're just like, oh, so it's Fallout in space. I'm like, sure, it's whatever you want it to be. Yeah,
it looked great. I understand some people people go after things and go after complain. I just want to play the game. If it's anything like any Bethesda, the story is what I'm most compelling to me on what we're going to get from this game. But the fact that they were on the planet and they fly up into the sky and then they're automatically in space and then they're in space fights and you get to build your own ship. Like, think how many people are going to build some awesome ships. And I'm hoping that we get to like communities get to share those ships. Like, people can put them in the store and like you don't have to pay for them and like you can go out. And
I wonder what
ship, and then you're building your bases and so like. There is a lot to this game. And now I get why it was delayed, because there's a lot in this game. A lot.
Yeah, I almost be like, give them another year, because geez, like, it's just massive. I got like kind of sunk in my chair when I was just looking at the menus, when they're like, this is creating your character and how in depth you can go with every bit of customization. Then the level of customization for if you want to build, your ship or even a little base on the planet. And I went, and they're like, oh, and you can you can change the colors and textures of the ship and the base. I'm like, you could just be on one planet if you choose to for weeks in game and then decide to fly off. I wonder there's always so many questions. I wonder what the multiplayer component would be to this. Can I invite you and just meet up on your planet? Can we go and kill some space pirates? Like, I wonder, there's so many questions, but
they answered a lot, but there's still a lot of the unknowns, and that's what Bethesda does. We know we're getting it early 2023. They gave no release date, and I actually appreciated that. I know some people got angry, and I'm at the point of like, just don't give me dates, just give me frames of when it's coming out until you finally know when this game is coming.
And that's what they did for so many of these games. Other than like they knew it was gonna be a hard date that kind of already clued into. Majority of these were all like, spring 2022, coming 2023, fall. And I'm with you. I'm fine with that. Go that route, because more often than not, the studio says it's coming out June 15th and they delay it. They get 2 months away and they're like, no.
Yeah, and for my thoughts on Starfield, I can't say anything until like it looks good to me. I just want to play it. Like it's hard to give, hey, this game is good or great if I haven't played it yet. And that's just for me. Until I play the game, I can't give an opinion on what the game's going to be like. It looks like something I'm going to love. It looks like it's going to take a lot of my life. But I've been learning how to do that with MLB The Show, so I can do that with any game.
But
what's your final thoughts on the conference?
I thought, like you, I thought it was very well done. I thought it was very well paced. It was just games. My biggest beef with any conference is when it's a couple of games and now here's a 10-minute talking segment. I think a big culprit of this in the past has been the team for Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport, where it's 20 minutes of the devs talking about tires and all this stuff. And we're like, just show us the game and let's move on here. And there's a time and place for all of that. So I appreciate how quick this was. Ton of games. I love the approach this year of here's what's coming out now and the next 12 months. Yep. We know we have stuff ready that is going to come later, but let's focus on that when it is coming. Like you're talking Indiana Jones, or we're talking more Halo content or Call of Duty, and let's do that later. I thought it was very well done. I thought ending it with Starfield with a large reveal was smart. And the biggest takeaway for me was something for everybody, from PC to console to mobile. It's Game Pass, and there is a game in here that you can pick up and play. Just get Game Pass, and I think they nailed their messaging here. I think it was a very, very strong conference and didn't leave me sitting there going, because Starfield's is the big home run, and I think if you left Starfield.
Well, we don't know yet. It's the big
for the conference.
Right,
I mean, it's the big one for the conference. But I think if you put Starfield in a traditional Xbox conference of saying, here's Starfield, Halo, Call of Duty, Forza, the traditional tried and true Indiana Jones, it gets almost buried. And this was a good shuffle. What say you?
It made me realize the Phil Spencer's vision of what the future is going to be like at Xbox, and he has a bigger vision than I even thought. Originally, we all thought he was just buying studios and doing this. Now he's just like, I want partnerships. I want to make sure PC players are taken care of. I want to make sure all markets are taken care of. I want to make sure everybody, like, accessibility features are in games. I want to make sure you have this type of game, this type of game. It looks like Xbox is setting themselves up on a great, like, I walked away going, oh my God, 2023 for Xbox is going to be crazy. And then already thinking about what the next conference, I'm like, okay, so the next conference is going to be whatever Bethesda's working on, whatever Gearbox is working on. The Coalition's working. Like, it's all these different studios. I'm like, oh my God, they didn't even talk about those people.
Yeah. And we have an inkling of, we know some stuff is coming. We have an inkling of what other studios are working on.
As a content creator, I'm not going to lie, I look at the roadmap and I'm like, I have something to talk about every single month.
Yeah. And then that's the other thing, is that there's not only new releases coming out every month, there's DLC that's still coming out. There's Game Pass titles they're still bringing it out on a regular basis. So there's just tons and tons of content for all players, and a big push on PC and a big push on the Japanese market too, which was great. I think it was a lot of check boxes being checked off.
And the fact that we got a lot of Activision Blizzard in there makes me think this is going through no matter what. Like, this is why they are and they at the showcase. I had someone say, well, they can pay for that stuff now and they get the money back. And you know what? That's true. They can. I think they don't need to, because they know they don't need to. They can just let this thing come on over. They made Overwatch 2 free to play, which I think is great for everybody. Yep. And then they showed Diablo, and they showed games that we know that are, Call of Duty had its own thing. It could have been here, and it might have overshadowed other things. So maybe that was a smart move and not have it there.
I agree. Let us know what you guys think of the Xbox Bethesda conference. Court and I will be giving you more updates, more content coming at you with everything, all the updates, the news, everything. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we will see you all on the next episode.
See you next time.